Brothers and sisters, soldiers and soldierettes, I'm here to tell you, thank those that's been with a brother and riding along. You know, it's great when we just follow. That's the only thing we follow, that great divine spirit. And where is that great divine spirit? Deep, deep within. That's why I always honor thy ancestors, those who fought hard to get us in the place and the state that we are in. I thank them, and I will always honor them no matter what happens. So, and I'm here to tell you, soldiers and soldierettes, salute. The psyche can be a wonderful place when we pay attention to it, when we take care of it, when we cultivate it, when we study on ways to make it stronger. And what is the psyche? It's the center of everything. Kind of like how stress is when it comes to negative things. Stress can lead to a lot of things, but you have to study stress, look it up, see the symptoms, break it down to know what it is in order to keep from getting it, because can't prevent certain things if we don't have knowledge about it, right? And we got to get rid of the thing. It got nothing to do with think we know everything, because some things we do know. We need to get past that. Those that do know things and do have knowledge and have been on this walk for a long time, we're going to get over that. You know, we've conquered a lot, been through a lot. Maybe we do know a lot, you know, some of us, you know, maybe not all of us, but a lot of us do. But it's okay to be humble about things like that, because that's one of my sayings I like to say. We don't know everything. We be humble. We know what we know, but we be humble about the things we don't know. So always keep that in mind. But at the same time, we got to keep that great divine confidence, because the divine gives us, whether brother or sister, young or old, gives us certain gifts and certain knowledge for a reason. Remember, a lot of us that are in the positions, you know, unfortunately, some are not in good positions, but for those that are in the position where we're supposed to be, it's not a coincidence, you know, if you follow that great divine spirit, or, you know, because we call it many things, of course. A lot of us talk about this, you know, God, the Most High, what's another name? Yahshua, if I say it right, Yeshua, or something like that. And it's many names, you know, Allah. But what it always come down to, brothers and sisters, as I say in my title, the psyche. That's where it all comes down to. It really don't matter what name you put on it. It depends on how strong of a person you are. And it's deep within, brother or sister, young or old. What you indulge in, what you look at, what you see, hear, and feel on a day-to-day basis, and what kind of individual you are when you're going through a storm. That's brother or sister, young or old, in our families. And it always going to come back to how an individual is, unless they have some type of illness, something they can't control, and something that needs medical attention. You know, I always got to kind of throw those things in there, because everybody walk is different, and sometimes people have different things going on with them, whether it's mentally, physically, you know, and spiritually, that sometimes they can't control. But for those that do have control and do somewhat have a healthy mind, body, and soul, and you choose to not live somewhat of a righteous life, the most righteous life we can possibly be, possibly can, you know, and you choose not to, then okay, then you have to accept the things that will come to you, you know, because it always gonna come back to the energy we put out. We hear this 1,000 times and why? Because that's the facts of the principles of nature. You know, whatever we put into nature is what we get out of nature. If we take it for granted and just willy-nilly doing what the fuck we want to do, don't give a fuck about ourselves or don't give a fuck about others, guess what's going to happen to you? So it's really simple. But of course, a lot of us have been through, to always say, the woulda, coulda, shoulda days. I've been through it too, you know. That's what develops a great teacher and a sister or a brother, you know, whether you got a degree or not. Again, it goes back to what we study, what we look at on a day-to-day basis. What are we feeding our psyche? You know, I feed my psyche positive energy as much as I can, you know, and sift out all the negative things. And and sometimes we'll make human errors, you know, but when you're of a righteous heart, it won't be major things you'll do. You know, it's little things here and there, because, you know, as we get up in levels, which is age, certain things in our human body is not as sharp as it used to be. So you might forget something here and there, or, you know, your eyesight might it's things we can do to improve our eyesight too. There's knowledge out there about that. And stress plays a part in our eyesight. That's one of the symptoms. I got it here on my channel, 7 symptoms of stress, but you can look it up yourself, and it has a lot to do with our vision, because stress can deal with our vision, our breathing, our headaches. It can cause inflammation. As I said, inflammation is swelling anywhere in the body, and swelling in the body from stress is the same thing as holding in dark, evil things within. It'll just swell you inside. You will implode. So it's better to just be the rightest person we can possibly be. And why do we do this? Because it's good for the mind, body, and soul. And if you care about life, if you even care about yourself, you will see good things will come when we study our psyche. I mean, we study good, wholesome things that can help us, that can benefit us in the future, and because I don't understand, wouldn't you want to live a good life, and those we're connected to, and be remembered for the great things that we try to do. That's one of my things, leave love and a fight in our footprint, no matter, wherever position we're in. Remember, the position we're in, it's not a coincidence. Some just don't appreciate that position and think they have to do certain things in their mind to get to a certain position. Remember, status is a state of mind, that goes with studying that psyche. You have to pay attention to it, cultivate it, appreciate it, care about your psyche, because the psyche is where the God self is, and that's for brother or sister, young or old. That's how we develop. That's how we stay in touch with that God self. And a lot of times we talk to ourselves, but not like we're crazy. Sometimes we can talk to ourselves without speaking. Just be quiet, and think to yourself. That's a form of meditation. And this is something I'm going to try. A whole week. Now, of course, I have to talk to customers and, family and people I encounter. But like for 1 week, just going to be quiet, not say nothing. And there are those that I've heard, other teachers that have spoke on this, that it's vital for the brain and the body. It's good to just be quiet, because you can hear when it's quiet, right? And that's when we can really focus in and tune in on that psyche, when the mind is quiet and you shut out all the noise. And that reminds me of a video I made that got the most views. And not that I was looking for views, it just kind of happened. And, they ain't like got thousands of views, but it did get the most views. And it's called A Silent Alpha Male. And really what a silent alpha male is, a sigma male. And the sigma male, to me, and this is just my opinion, everybody has their own different opinions about sigma males, but sigma males are the most dynamic, and this could be in a brother or a sister, male or female. And so it'd be a female sigma, if I would say female. And I studied, being a sigma male. I just never say it, because if you're a sigma male, you don't have to say it. You just show it. But I thought it came up in my spirit, so I thought I'd speak on it, because it's a part of the psyche too, knowing who you are. That's a very important part of the psyche, because you can't connect to that higher force if you don't know who you are, right? So the sigma male, as I was going to say, male or female, brother or sister, is the most dynamic person on the planet. Real talk. The most dynamic, the most godly. And I'm just speaking, in general. I'm not talking about me. I'm just saying how the sigma male personality is very dynamic, very powerful, very empathic, but not stupid. It's like they're humble, empathic beings, but tough at the same time. And that's not easy for a lot of people. That's why you have to study that psyche. You have to, watch what we channel in. I've said this many times. It plays a very important part in building that strength in us, that shield in us. And we've done away with being paranoid. It ain't got nothing to do with being paranoid. It's about being on point, staying focused, and seeing the more important things that we need in life, because that great divine gives us what we need, not what we want. And eventually, when we earn what we need and we get the things that we have earned in life, guess what? That great divine, Mother Nature, the universe, will bless us or bless us with the wants. And it'll be righteous ones, And The pleasure things we'll appreciate it. Like I'm talking about, like me and my cocoa butter. When we have intimate, when we're intimate, it's when we're both connected and we are appreciative of each other and we have earned each other's love. Now, this is the part of studying the psyche and knowing our psyche and knowing that great divine lays at the pit of that. That's where you're going to find that higher force. Not up in the sky, not in some preacher, not even in some person, place, or thing. There's only one place you're going to find that God self, and it's going to come through our psyche. You can't get it no other way. You have to study the psyche. Look it up. That's the center. The psyche is the center of your spirit. So if your psyche ain't right, you ain't going to be right. And then it's going to work its way out to your body. Then your body ain't going to be right. And guess what? And then if you're toxic and dark and evil within, guess what? Everything you touch, everything that you come encounter with, it will be the same. It's all about that energy. Energy is nothing to play with. Real talk. If you really study it, take it serious, brother or sister, young or old. So that's where that great divine lies. And like I was saying, with me and my significant other, be intimate with each other. When you're intimate with your other, and this brother or sister, if you're married or in a relationship, isn't it beautiful when you're both connecting? And when you do become intimate, I'm being kind of proper about it, but you know what I mean, sex. But it's more that you don't even look at it as sex. You look at it as connecting, becoming one together and appreciate each other. And you feel good about each other afterwards. That's the best feeling in the world. It's not easy to get to. It takes a lot of studying, paying attention, listening. Listening is another thing that's very important to the psyche. And I'm not just talking about with our ears, of course, but we have to listen within. We always have to listen to ourselves, because the more powerful we become, and a lot of brothers and sisters can attest to this, the more up in levels we become, we become more knowledgeable, we become more aware, and, become more lovable. But at the same time, we see things, out there. But the more levels we go up, the more tricky that negative force is going to try to get. It's just unfortunate that we have a negative force in this world, but we can't be stupid. That is a reality. That's what to keep us on point. But if you of a divine heart and you studied your psyche, you'll be able to balance all things: love, fun, intimacy, being aggressive when we have to, love when we have to, and be humble. Because a brother or a sister that's young or old, man, that knows themselves to the pit of that soul, man, they can balance all things. Through what? Through our psyche. To that divine, that great higher force, but through the psyche. Remember, the psyche is the center of it all. And that is the only way you're going to get to your higher self. That's the only way. It's like, I heard another brother say this. I don't want to be taking nobody's saying, but another brother's platform that I listen to sometimes, and I was on a while ago. He said that Innerverse, that's beautiful. That's brilliant, And when you listen and learn, you will come across words like that, and it won't just sound good. It will fit. You will feel it. That Innerverse is very important. You can't even deal with the universe if you can't deal with that Innerverse. Again, that's not mine. That's from another teacher. I just thought it was brilliant. Just like KRS-One, when he said the universe responds to those who put out good energy, that has good energy within your Innerverse. The universe responds to that. It might not respond soon, or it might respond soon or later, but it will respond. And many of us have experienced the great energy coming back. A lot of us are living it now. So it's a fact. It's my opinion, but it's more than an opinion. It's a fact. Everybody knows that you put out great energy, you get it back. We hear that a million times, but it's true, And I'm telling you, living a dark life, you'll never see that light. So the best advice, suggestion I could give to a brother, sister, young or old, family: study our psyche, pay attention to it, take care of it, cultivate it. Don't let a lot of wrong shit get into your psyche, because if you let too much wrong shit get in there, you won't see the good stuff, or you won't see things to come that we need to pay attention to. Because sometimes, like I said, when we're up in levels, whether it's spiritual levels or age, You know, things that get tricky, things that get more slick. So we got to stay dynamic, brothers and sisters. And the way we can do that is paying attention to our psyche, cultivate it. You know, how often do we check on it? Do little different things, you know, out of the ordinary. Like I say, we got to test ourselves and try new things, you know, and know that we are way much more powerful than we can ever be, my melanated brothers and sisters, if we study our psyche, you know. So again, study that psyche. The psyche can be a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful place, man, when we pay attention to it and take care of it. Real talk, and you will see. And what's another reason we pay attention to our psyche and feed it with good positive energy, because what we do righteous in the present will benefit us in the future, and the results. That's what we should do. That's what we do all this for, this teaching and walking and helping and lifting brothers and sisters. So, man, so the results, like I said, the results in ourselves, because energy can be a powerful thing when it's used right, when it's used properly, and it's not to undermine or manipulate or put someone down, you know, unless a person bring it out of themselves. It's always going to be up to the individual how a Sigma male acts, or a female Sigma, brother or sister. It always depends on the other individual, because a true Sigma male or female Sigma that has studied their psyche for decades, for a long time, depending on the age, you know, it's really nothing you can do to them. I mean, they're not invincible or nothing like that, but when one has studied their psyche, their brain is impenetrable. If I said that right, impenetrable. Can't penetrate it, you know, and that's the greatest weapon one can have, when nothing can penetrate your brain and break your peace, you know, and you stand your ground. And I'm telling you, once you connect to that higher force, that higher supreme being through our psyche, I don't give a damn what's going on. We will deal with everything as it comes. And you know, and we look at things, as I heard a brother say, we look at things as a challenge. It just depends on how we perceive things. You know, things can be a little sneaky sometimes and throw us off, but if we have studied that psyche, we'll jump right back on and keep on going. You know, every now and then we veer off that road to help someone, but we get back on. You know what I'm saying? We stay focused, but we don't forget the important things of life: significant other, children, family, the loved ones in our circle, because it's good to have those that care about you in your circle, because it keeps that energy strong, you know, keeps that realm strong. It's all about keeping that spiritual realm strong, however big the circle is, you know, and those far and near, whoever it is, you know, because this walk and this paying attention to our psyche and teaching and uplifting, this is bigger than us. You know, we have to connect. That's the only way we're going to survive. I know we hear unity a lot, but that's the only way we're going to survive. You know, we got to get over those emotions, study ourselves so we can teach others to study themselves. And, you know, we got to learn to make others stronger. You know, it's up to them. You know, the Great Divine will deal with them. You know, Great Divine don't play. Great Divine ain't nothing soft. You know, Great Divine has dealt with me too, as it will deal with many of us, because nobody is higher than that. And you can't find shit on the outside. If you hear a lot of teachers say, you're only going to find that divine when you study your psyche. Through that psyche, that's the only way you're going to find it. That wholesome spirit that keeps us strong and keeping us being thankful when we wake up every day. You know, cultivate that divine. I mean, that divine too, but that psyche, you know, I'll say again, it can be a wonderful, wonderful place. It really can. The psyche can be beautiful when we pay attention to it and take care of it. So if you learn nothing else from me, as I always say on this channel, you better pay attention to what you channel in to your psyche. Don't be doing little dark shit, because it will come back around. Remember, social media, and it's like the eye in the sky. How the Great Divine watches us. Guess what? That negative force is watching too, just waiting for a righteous brother or sister to trip up, so they can be like, oh, I knew it. I knew they wasn't as righteous as they were supposed to. I knew it. I'll tell you, better be careful out here in this social media land. You know, stay on course, you know, have fun with it, enjoyment, but be careful, you know. Don't be clicking on the different sites. Stay on course. Stay with that Great Divine. It has greater, bigger things than us. It's bigger than this social media. Remember, we go above and beyond. And we'll know these things when we study our psyche. Take care of it. It can be wonderful. So that's my thought. And I thank those that's been listening, current subscribers, new subscribers, reachers and teachers all over the world, brother or sister that's real and ain't playing and putting in that work. Salute. Great Divine will bliss or bless you, as well as all those that view, whether you react or not. One love. Great Divine has a plan for you. And I honor my family. I honor your family. I honor my children, their mothers, brothers and sisters all over the world. Keep pumping that power into that psyche. Make it invincible. And there's no such thing as stopping. Stopping is not even an option. Salute.